Any day that you wake up and make your own money is always a good day. Regardless of if you hate your job or not, any day that you have money in your pocket is always a good day. Don't let anybody out there tell you otherwise. Alright, so what's good, YouTube? It's your boy GwoppyTrai, and I'm back here with another video. And I know I have a lot of things to cover, but I'm actually going to give like a brief announcement before I actually get into this video. And I'm pretty sure you guys can see in the tone of my voice like what I'm going to talk about. So I've been debating about this for like the past week or so, and with how everything is, with how I'm getting a part-time job, or while I have a part-time job, and how busy my schedule now is. I'm honestly debating about taking a little bit of a break from YouTube. And it's not going to be like one of those typical YouTube breaks. It's going to be like maybe a week or two tops, but I will still have content scheduled for you guys, and so you guys won't be left out on content if you guys don't have anything to watch in your free time. So I'm debating about that. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to take that break, but I am actually thinking about doing it because I'm getting swamped with not only my part-time job with drawing and my second life outside of YouTube, and also with having to edit my videos and, you know, get content out for you guys as well. So I'll keep you guys updated about that in due time, and when I actually get an idea of when I'm going to take my break, I will let you know, but I will actually still have content for you guys to watch. And now, honestly, remembering that I had to do the shoe review and that I got the shoe in general honestly kind of brightened my day up anyways before I even told you guys what I had to tell you guys. And as you guys can tell from the title, I'm bringing another shoe review, but it's going to be one of my favorite off-white sneakers that has ever been made, and that is the off-white Air Jordan 1 European exclusives, or triple whites. Now, you guys already see the box in the background that's on top of an Air Jordan box that I'm going to address at the end of the video. But with that being said, I'm going to go over here and grab the box to bring it over to my desk, and we're going to start this shoe review right now. Alright guys, so here it is, the off-white Air Jordan 1 European exclusive / triple whites. Now, honestly, I gotta be honest right now, I absolutely love this sneaker regardless of if it's a fake or not, and I'm so happy that Kind Sneakers, who is actually the people who actually send me this pair of shoes to review here on my channel, send this to me to review it. I'm so glad that I finally got my hands on this shoe to review and show to you guys here on the channel, because this shoe, as soon as you see this shoe, you're gonna understand why. Alright, so starting off with the box, you do have your standard off-white and Air Jordan Nike box that's black and red all over, with red Nike logos all over the box. And as you guys can see from the size tag, I did get this in a size 11 for this video because I am going to be wearing this sneaker. And it says Air Jordan 1 in off-white, NRG, white, and black. And those are the colors that is mainly on this sneaker, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. But also going on to the top of the box, before I hop into the box or inside the box, you do have this see-through panel, clear see-through panel that was featured on the off-white Air Jordan 1 UNCs, and it is a plastic material, and Kind Sneakers did get that part right in terms of the box. And really, I don't see any flaws with the box, but really, you're not going to be wearing the box, you're going to be wearing what's inside the box. Alright, now opening up the box that holds the off-white Air Jordan 1 UNCs. Now, since this is from kindsneakers.ru, it did come with a couple extra things. First of all, they did send me some ankle socks, some Jordan ankle socks, and I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you guys. This Jordan Jumpman is looking a little bit sus, if you're asking me. And now, not only did they send me some ankle socks, now I probably might wear it, I probably not, but it is nice of them to send it to me. Now, the one thing that did stuck out to me that they also sent me was like this Nike receipt that did come from Hong Kong, and it shows like how much that they paid for the off-white Air Jordan 1 European exclusives. Now, I'm not sure if this is an actual receipt, and I mean, it can't be because they're the one that made this replica, but it's still a little bit weird considering that they do make these receipts over here in Hong Kong. So now, if anybody knows anything about this, just let me know, or else I will try to do my own research about it. But I feel like that is kind of weird that they would put a receipt like this from Hong Kong and ship it over to me, which I'm in the United States. Alright guys, now here it is on the inside of the box. You do have the off-white Air Jordan 1 European exclusives, and now peeling back off the plastic wrap paper that it does come with, now it does have that same print that we did see on the off-white Air Jordan 1 UNCs, and it says Off-White for Nike, Air Jordan 1, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, 1985, which is the first year that the Air Jordan 1 was produced. Alright guys, and here they are, the Off-White Air Jordan 1 European exclusives, and I gotta tell you right now, these shoes are so fire. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is probably gonna be like my most favorite sneaker that is in my collection, aside from the Air Jordan 6 Travis Scott's that I reviewed, and probably the Off-White Air Jordan 1 UNCs as well. And also, before I do get into this review, I'm going to place the left shoe right here so I can review it and put that in camera view. And I'm going to use the right shoe to review and get into everything you guys should know about this replica, and also spot out any flaws if there's any. Starting off on the outer side of the sneaker, now you do have your regular Nike swoosh that is oversized and is held together by 3 total stitchings, 1 being orange and 2 being blue. And like I said in my UNC video, it could be pulled off with enough force, not that you would pull it off, but it could be pulled off, and I think I like that touch a lot. Now, I wasn't really a fan of that when I first saw the Chicago's, but I've seen it on the UNC's and also of course the triple whites, and of course I fell in love with it because it really matches the tone of like the deconstructed vibe, or also the what I say prototype design of the Off-White Air Jordan 1. And now, while I'm also on the outer side of the sneaker, let me talk about this light blue or sort of baby blue mesh material that is protecting the exposed foam all around the sneaker from the outer side to the collar and also the toe box. Now, as you guys can probably see on camera, it is sort of like a light blue material. I thought originally it was like a white or like a pure white mesh material that is protecting the exposed foam, but it's really more of a baby blue, and I did look it up. It's sort of like a very, very light blue in retail pictures and real photos of like the actual triple white Off-White Air Jordan 1s. And in looking at it, I think it is the right color. I think KindSneakers.ru did get this part right, because you can see it in the light. Now, it all depends on the lighting. It does look white on camera, but when you actually have it in hand, now you can see the light blue that is on the mesh material that is protecting the exposed foam. Now, moving on to the medial side of the sneaker, now it does have that same Off-White branding that we did see on the Chicago's and the UNC's, and also the paper that's on the inside of the box. Moving on to the tongue and also the upper collar. Now, the tongue, like I said, it does have that exposed foam material on the very top where the Nike logo is, that is on the side. And as I'm up here, it is like a bright orange, and I think I love that a lot about this sneaker because it does give it some pop. And also, when you tend to wear your Air Jordan 1s, the tongue does slide off to the left or the right depending on which sneaker it is, and honestly, putting it off to the side will give it a nice touch and give it some more pop to the sneaker. And also around the collar where the flaps are. Now, before I get into the flaps, you do have that same exposed foam that is protected by that light blue mesh material that I did talk about just a minute ago, and I think it does like give it some kind of contrast to the sneaker, or a little bit of color contrast depending on the lighting, so I do like that touch. And now also, while I'm here, let me also talk about the flaps too, like I did on the UNC's. Now, like I said on the UNC video, you do have your flaps that does says 85 in quotation marks on each side of the flaps on both sneakers. And also, while I'm up here, you do have that indented Air Jordan Wings logo that is indented, and also on the outer side of each sneaker you can see like this gray indent of like where it is. Now, I did see in some photos of replicas where it was too dark, it was too light, or it wasn't there at all. I feel like that this is sort of like the perfect color, or like it's not like a gray, it's sort of like a in-between washed out gray, or sort of like a gray that's like barely noticeable until you look at it in the light. And I guess I may as well talk about the laces too, because as you guys can already tell, I did already lace up mine already with the white laces that does come sort of pre-laced already, but you still have to tie them. But in total, you have a total of 5 lace customizations, and here they are right here. Not only do you have white, you also have purple, you have neon orange, you have black, and you also have this sort of light blue that is on the tongue and also also the mesh material on the sneaker. So in terms of lace customization, you're all set. Now in terms of like which laces I would go with, I would either go with the purple or I would go with the orange. The orange because I want it to pop with the orange accents that is around the sneaker, and purple because, well, I have on a purple hoodie and I feel like this will go perfect with it, and because I want to have some more Saints Row vibes or like Saints Row kind of outfits to my closet. So I feel like that the lace options are all set with me because I'm a guy that always loves lace customization. Also, before I even say it, I'm not even going to use that same off-white pun that I did in my UNC video because it's already been there and done that, and it's pretty obvious that it's a washed out white material or like a yellowish off-white color for the midsole, and I think that gives it some more contrast too, which I do like that touch. And also you have air and quotation marks around the air where the air unit is on around the heel. And also I was pointed out this on my UNC video about the air and quotation marks. Now it is supposed to be like sort of like perpendicular, or not perpendicular but parallel to the stitching line that is on the midsole. Now looking at it on camera, it does look pretty good, and now I have seen on retail pairs that it is a little bit crooked, it's slanted a little bit, and it's really all over the place when it comes to the air and quotation marks that's on the midsole. It could be a hit or miss most of the time. You can rarely find consistency when it comes to this kind of stuff on an off-white sneaker or a sneaker in general. Oh, and also one last thing that I forgot to mention before I almost wrap this video up, you do have your baby blue hang tie or zip tie that did come with the off-white Air Jordan 1 European exclusives from kindsneaker.ru. Now like I said in my other shoe review for the UNCs, mine didn't really come with a hang tag or with the red hang tag, but I am happy that this one did. And I'm not the type of one to drool over the hang tag, but I feel like that the baby blue does give it some contrast, like I said, with the mesh that is on the sneaker. And if you guys are wondering what the hang tag says, it does say Off-White CO Nike 2018 zip tie in quotation marks. The last thing before I wrap up this video I want to talk about is the insoles that I did talk about in the UNCs, but I may as well cover it again here. And like I said in the UNCs, you do have that same midsole or insole that is on the inside of the Off-White Air Jordan 1 UNCs, and it does have like those foam spikes that is where the ball of your foot is, and it doesn't really hurt. The more you wear it, the more it will wear down. It will become more comfortable. I think the main reason why they did this was because they wanted a little bit more traction to the sneaker when you're wearing it, because obviously like it will tend to flip-flop off your feet if you do choose the wrong size. If you don't know your true size of the Off-White Air Jordan 1s, I feel like that they added this as sort of like a traction pad for like people that's wearing it and everything. It's not bad, but I still question why it's there sometimes. And aside from that, the sneakers is actually really good. Now there is one thing that I did catch in terms of like a flaw on this pair that they sent me, and that is the back heel. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. This straight line or like panel that is holding together like the overall like sides of the sneaker. Now one of them is crooked. I think it's on, yeah, the right shoe. It's crooked, but it's straight on the left shoe. And honestly, that's not really a big deal when it comes down to it, because 90% of the time retail pairs did have that same problem, and like the average person is not really going to pay attention. But I did wanted to point that out and wanted to be as unbiased as possible when it comes to the flaws on the sneaker that I did find. But aside from that, I think this shoe is really perfect for being a replica, and this is probably one of the best reps I've seen aside from like the flaw that is on the back heel. But that is really okay. I'm so happy that I got my hands on this regardless, and I want to thank kindsneakers.ru for sending me this pair to review here on the channel, because I've been trying to get my hands on this sneaker for like the past year or two, and I'm finally glad that I did, considering that this shoe is like going for like, I would say $2,000, $3,000 on StockX, or like in the resale market in general, brand new dead stock. And I think that's way too much when it comes to like a shoe to buy. So I'm just gonna stick to replicas because, well, it's the same thing. Like, you're really just getting it cheaper. But with that being said, big shout out to kindsneakers.ru for sending me this pair. All their info will be down in the description down below. Go check them out and drop them a follow over there on Instagram. And with that being said, I'm gonna throw these bad boys on feet while it's still light outside and everything. So with that being said, this your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, and I'm out, bruh.